So the next aspect I want to talk about is the topic of purpose. As we know, in recent years, purpose has become something of a hot topic in organizational life. When we talk about purpose, we're really talking about a very deep part of us, something we might even say close to the essence of who we are, something we may live into as our life unfolds, or if we do not pay sufficient attention, we may move far away from. That costs us. Carl Jung said, "A life without depth is one of the most grievous wounds to the soul. And a life without purpose is a life without depth." Purpose, as we live into it, engages us in questions like, what is the work that is mine to do? It's a question that I often engage with the senior leaders I work with. It's not a question to immediately answer quickly with the rational mind. It's a question to ingest and walk with, literally and metaphorically. The great American poet Wallace Stevens once said, "Sometimes the truth depends upon a walk around the lake." Questions like that need a lot of walks around the lake, not necessarily literally, but metaphorically, a contemplative reflection. What is the work that is mine to do? And one of the things we discover as we engage with that question is that our deepest purpose is always about contribution. Always. It doesn't matter what the scale is. It can be very small and local. Some people it's a global contribution. That doesn't matter. What matters is that we come home to a sense of alignment to my gift, my contribution. Unless that sounds like a kind of heroic altruism, let's also remember that all the research into happiness in the last few years absolutely conclusively points to the fact that our deepest satisfaction, our deepest fulfillment is always when we're giving and contributing, not when we're taking. And yet, of course, our culture constantly bombards us with the idea that we should take more and more. No, purpose is a correction of that. It's a restoration of a much deeper alignment in ourselves. And of course, as we really explore that, it becomes very important to look at, first of all, the times in our life when we felt most on fire in that way. Purpose as an archetypal, elemental quality of fire. And then equally, to really forensically look at how we deviate from that, how many subtle pressures there are that deviate us from that, how many soft untruths we tell that are part of fitting in rather than staying true to that deeper sense of, this is what I stand for, this is what I really believe in, this is a core part of who I am, and nothing from the outside will deviate me from that. So leader as healer is someone who has deeply explored that and continues to do so, who understands that we have ego needs and we have soul needs, and they're very different. And leader as healer creates organizations that support people, first of all, to explore their own sense of purpose, and then naturally to align together with the organizational sense of purpose. This is another part, a very important part of creating cultures of connection, energy and connection, correcting the culture of absence, correcting the pandemic of fragmentation, bringing a coherence deep inside us, between us, and in our service contribution to the world.